I know. I love my cigars, man. All right. Be a shout out to my man, official PI, XPI, worshipper of the Most High Creator, Dr. B.A., my boy, my boy. So we both laughing, celebrating on these HO3s and these stupid itch. I mean, let me just do it. That's silent, right? Then you have ITCH, called itch, or you can call them itches. All right, watch. All right, go ahead. Dr. B.A., you're going to explain someone to you right now what Drake did. Drake had created a new type of condoms called it nuclear condoms. Go ahead.
So, Drake has been making the rounds, man. I mean, when you're in the position he's in, man, I mean, a lot of guys can say, well, I wouldn't be out there wilding out like Drake is. Yes, you would, man. When you're in a position where whatever room you walk in, you could pretty much pick any woman you want out of that room.
Yep.
You probably be wilding out, maybe not as much as Drake, but you probably be out there, man, you know what I'm saying, moving around a little bit. Why not? Why just have one woman when you can have them all, literally? Recently, man, he was kicking it with this IG thought and decided that, they were going to, upon making sure that it was consensual, well, he went ahead and made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was done, he got up, went, disposed of his plasticware, and that was that. So, as these chicks tend to do when they're trying to take the Britney Renner route, she goes in, takes his plasticware, fishes out of the trash can, turns around, and tries to get him caught up in the cross with a baby. But when she poured that particular sauce into herself, man, she said it felt like 4th of July. Why? Drake put a packet of hot sauce in his plasticware to make sure that the swimmers were no longer going to be able to swim.
You heard that? That's what Drake did. It's called, he created a nuclear condoms. After you already bang the itch, the trifling hustle gold digging itch, he put hot sauce in the condoms, and when she put inside her VJ, it became explosive. I mean, it annihilate all potential swimmers, annihilate all the survivors.
But in her haste to hurry up and do it, hurry up and sneak and do it, she didn't have time to pay attention. She didn't have time to wait and see what that hot sauce aroma was. She went ahead and did it. And after saying,
yeah.
My name is Josh, and I've been a Forward member for 5 months. Before Forward, I was overweight, I was exhausted all the time, I was stressed out. Since joining Forward, I've become so much healthier that I'm now able to translate that into...
Sorry about that, guys.
She decided that she's going to sue Drake. See, here's the problem, man, out here in this society. You can live whatever life you want to live, but you got to protect yourself.
Yep.
You got to make sure that you don't get caught up in any cross that any woman might be trying to set for you.
Word.
Any trap that a woman has planned to set for you. And this is one of those scenarios where Drake knew what he was doing. He knew he wanted to have fun. And he knew that any woman, he probably has to do this every single time he's with a woman, man.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show that you just can't be safe. If you have the bag, a woman sees you as the bag.
All right, so what he said, in simple terms, you become a high value target. All right, despite your looks, like Drake is nice, I can do it. I mean, Drake is a handsome dude. But despite his looks, he's a high target. He's a high value target. So all they see child support or lawsuit, whatever. Okay, so it is a give and take. All right, the fame, the fortune, and the notoriety is cool, but you have targets. You're a target, so you have people is on your ass. They try to get in your pocket. They try to get you.
That's just how it is. Even if a woman doesn't intend on entrapping you like this, she wants to entrap you in a relationship.
Yep.
She wants to try to entrap you in a marriage.
Yep.
You got to understand, man, that this is one of the benefits. This is the gift and the curse of having paper and some notoriety. You know what happens? You can get many more women than you could have without these gifts. But the curse of it is they all see you as the same thing.
Yup,
a
yup,
come
yup.
up.
Come up.
This is just a part of what you have to deal with when you get to a certain level of life, man. You just have to accept the fact that women gonna view you as a come up. And so even something as simple as these guys say pumping and dumping, you still gotta guard your grill just like Drake did right here. See, many men don't even have to worry about that because a woman ain't looking at you as a bag.
Yup.
But anytime women are looking at you as a bag, man, you gotta take these precautionary measures. But here's the thing. How are you gonna sue Drake
Yeah.
for putting hot sauce in his plasticware and discarding it? Now you go fish it out of the trash. And now you want to sue this man because you fished it out of the trash and poured it into yourself, which is foul in itself.
See right now, that's the selfishness and the entitlement and the illusion of these fucking issue threes and these itches. Society, feminism, and the liberal have these itches spoiled to a point. She feel entitled to go inside his trash in his trash bin, pull out his used condom and try to insert it into herself. And then little I mean, but it just don't make sense. I mean, it's just plain fucking stupid and this entitlement and delusion. That's all.
But it just goes to show that your intent was to entrap this man with a kid,
Yep.
if at all possible.
Exactly.
Now what you've done
Yep.
is giving yourself bacteria vaginosis or something. All because you thought you were going to turn this man into your future.
Yep.
See, this is the damage that Brittany Renner does.
Oh yeah.
So when she showed up at Jackson State, that wasn't benefiting nobody.
Yep.
That wasn't benefiting nobody. Because 9 times out of 10, either one of those guys, if they see a woman on Brittany Renner level of popularity, fame, or beauty, or however they want to see it, some of those guys are going to get caught up anyway.
Yep.
There was no game there. All the game she gives is to women, young females, so they can try to do things like this. Now, how many of you men don't have a packet of hot sauce when you're out here running around enjoying your life? Drake has just changed the game.
Word. You heard that? Drake just changed the game. He just changed the game and created a nuclear hot sauce. Straight up, nuclear hot sauce, yo. Gotta change the game now. It became that extreme. Yeah, seriously. And even you're a man hitting 6 figures, like 100,000 a year plus. Okay? Even that alone, you become a target, a high value target. All right? Right now, I'm telling you, man, it's no sincerity. Because all these fucking issue threes and itches, they feel entitled to your money and status and security. They feel entitled to what you earn.
Now, along with your plasticware, you make sure that you have a packet of hot sauce.
Lord.
Because that's the way that you're going to only not prevent yourself rather from becoming entrapped and snared with a baby mama you don't want.
Yep.
You're also going to give her a decent parting gift.
Yes.
Because she deserves this parting gift for even trying to pull that sham on this man like this.
Oh, my, yes. Fireworks.
You have to make sure that you don't allow yourself to be put in a situation where you're easily caught up and you're an easy mark. So they allegedly met on IG and the two decided to link up a few weeks ago. She ends up going into the bathroom behind him and he hears her screaming in the bathroom and he runs in to see what's wrong with it. He thinking she hurt herself. And man, he admitted to her that, yeah, you shouldn't have did that right there. I went on hot sauce that boy up. I spiked that boy with some hot sauce. You shouldn't have did that to yourself. The problem is there's a possibility that she may be able to get some type of civil suit against this man. He may end up having to settle out of court with her. Just because of the way the laws are set up. You look at how a man can get off a criminal charge and then be found guilty in a civil suit for the same case. This is just the society we live in. So the truth of the matter is we really don't even know if she's going to be able to get away with this or not. She may be able to. She may actually be able to get some kind of settlement out of this.
Word.
As strange as that sounds, she may be able to. Let's hope this is as illogical to a judge as it is to us, and he just throws this sham of a case out, man. I just feel like this, man. When Women are out here in the world presenting themselves to the world in a way that makes a man not want to do anything with them other than be intimate.
Boy.
Don't they understand that in the long term, they're going to have to do things like this in order to secure a bag in their future? Because no man is willingly going to say, hey, you, Miss Former IG Thought Model, why don't you be my wife? Now that you've retired from running the streets, why don't you?
Yeah, so what I mean is one man in his right mind, how many value making money in his right mind will take on a form of ID start. Okay? Unless he's a hardcore PI, like he in the game, huh? And she becomes bottom B in the game, in the fucking blade. But live in a clean cut, noble, righteous relationship, you'd be fucking stupid.
You come in into my castle, be my queen.
Hmm.
She's your queen to be. We're not going to do that.
No.
And any man who does do that is not going to be a man who's situated to change a woman's life.
Thank you.
See, the reality of the scenario is this, man.
You have over here.
When you're a man of means, you just cannot afford to take any risk with women, man. Yep. That's why when guys out here talking about, man, just running around cold approaching and doing all this, man, it ain't even worth it.
No, boy.
It's not even worth it. Yep. Because just imagine, there was someone DMing her on a cold approach. There was someone who would have saw her somewhere on a cold approach. And the reality of the scenario is you just never know. You sitting talking to a woman, man, you trying to impress her, you're talking about who you are, man, and what you're doing. Before you know it, she feels like, okay, he may not be the best bag, he may not be a millionaire bag, multimillionaire bag, but he's a good enough bag.
Yep.
Depending on the quality of women that you deal with. Because you're dealing with a woman who ain't got nothing but beauty.
Boy.
You liable to get yourself caught up. That's how so many men be getting caught up out here. That's how so many men end up with a woman with a baby, and then they end up getting some money, and they realize that they ain't even the level of woman that they would be with. And the reality of the scenario is, it's your right as a man, it's your job as a man to protect yourself from being a come up from some random chick who has no good intent for you. Not even any good intent for the baby she's trying to have. She looks at the baby as a bag. You know what I'm saying?
ATM.
And a lot of that goes on, man. You know what I'm saying? You see it everywhere. You see it a lot. And sometimes it goes on a celebrity level, but it goes on a level lower than celebrity. Most guys who are in child support court in this country are not celebrities or athletes.
Yup, like you say, you be making like 90,000 a year or 100,000 a year, and you can be a target. Okay, that's facts. You can be a target out here, man.
Most guys who are in child support court in this country are just regular guys who are out here working a job, man. A truck driver, a guy who's out here, a barber, a guy who's out here, man, maybe a taxi driver. A guy who's out here, man, just trying to make a living, man, to make a way for himself, man, to make sure that he can slowly build himself up into the best financial version of himself. And even you guys had better make sure you take heed to things like this that Drake has done, because it's a very, a simple thing, but it's a very well thought out thing. You know what I'm saying? It may not even be hot sauce. It could be a packet of vinegar. It could be some mustard. It could be anything. It could be, the last bits of that soda you're drinking. It could be a beer you pour in there. It could be just about anything, as long as you make sure that you understand that just tying it up and discarding it is no longer enough. Just think if Drake had just tied it up and discarded it, he would be in trouble right now. He would be in big trouble right now. There will be a 50-50 chance that old Drizzy will be getting ready to have a baby mama that he don't even want. And that's just real, man. You got to keep in mind that everything we do has a consequence and repercussion. It's either going to be a good one or it's going to be a bad one. It's either going to be a benefit or detriment.
Yep.
Our job as men is to make sure that the things we do are beneficial to us. And making sure that before you discard your plasticware, you dilute the contents with something that's going to make sure the swimmers don't swim. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man.
All right, so let me finish mine out right now. One, Drake, number one, in that situation, just flush it in the toilet, man. Take it off, flush it in the fucking toilet. That's one. Okay? That's number two. Any man making over 6 figures, even making 80, 85, 90 grand a year, fly out of the country, man. Just fly out of the country. Fly out of the country and date in the other countries. I'll be honest. It's becoming that serious right now. All right, that's why the red pillars, It'd be safe, man. It'd be hard cold red pillow. Me, I'm on a higher level. All right. I'm on a black pill level. So that means I ain't trust none. Okay. That's the bottom line. As I say, but on that financial level, man, listen, man. Fly with the country, man. At this point right now. Especially like Drake, man, I'd be on my private jet, hitting the Far East and stuff. Seriously, I'll be on the Far East or somewhere in Eastern Europe, Czech Republic. Boom.
In this life I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed, baby I'm bad, baby I'm bad.